Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to make these cutesy animal printed set of nails with some cherries and just some red little accents here and there just to tie up the whole set together. And you'd be very pleased to know that animal print is hand done, no stamping with that. So we've got legacy and traditional, so you want your perfect red, which is for me always legacy. You want a couple of different shades of brown. You want your nude, which for me is going to be Shaka, and then I've got Oracle and then the other brown. You kind of want your very nudie base, and then you want two different shades of brown. One quite dark, one slightly lighter. So I am actually going in with Shaka across all of those nails. So we need a nudie base for all of them. And then we're going to crack on with the actual nail art design. So as you can see, the colour itself is quite sheer, but it's just very buildable and it has a really, really nice shade when there's two layers applied. Like, it's just so stunning. It's my favourite recently. I've got like 3 bottles. But trust me, I'm going to go through that like within a month. It's crazy. So at this stage, we've got 2 layers of that applied. As you can see, the colour's instantly like so nice. Like it's kind of given like an acrylic nude shade for me anyways. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from it. So 2 nails are going to be French tips, and at this stage you want to be using your lighter brown shade, and then with the darker shade we're going to actually do the animal print. So as usual, I just outline my smile line and then I colour in the bottom part of the nail with the tip, and then I'm going to pop that into the lamp for a cure. This brown was so lovely that I could probably get away with just doing the 1 coat, but I did 2 anyways. And like I said, you will need 2, so I'll show you guys me doing the second French tip. But I think going forwards in the video, I think I showed just the 1 nail most of the time, and then you just kind of get the gist. You want to repeat it on the other nail, it's going to be literally like a replica. Unless it's not, then I do show it on the camera. So perfecting that smile line, just giving that nice little curve, and then I'm gonna color it in. After that's done, I think we're then gonna start doing the actual animal print, and you'll be so surprised how easy it actually is. I know that on my channel, a lot of my animal print videos I stamp down. It's just the ease of it, and I quite enjoy stamping too, so I just do it that way most of the time, and you're kind of always guaranteed that identical look, but it is very, very simple to do it. It's just by hand. So I start off with the darker shade of brown, and I'm just doing basically blobs, and they are very wobbly. You don't want them to be perfect circles. No animal has a perfect pattern, so you just want to play about with your dotting tool, dab away, create little dots. Don't do too many because you need space to create the black outlines and also some little bits in between, which really completes the animal print look. But as you can see, I leave a fair gap in between. That will then go into the lamp, but before we do that, we are going to also, I believe, apply it on one of those nude nails. I kind of envisioned like 2 lines of animal print going through it, so we're going to start off with doing the top part, then we're going to leave a gap, and then we're going to do a bit more below it. You see it kind of come together as we do the black little outlines in a moment, but I had a kind of vision, and I have to be honest, I feel like I wish I did it a bit more thinner. So the little, like, those 2 strokes of animal print, I wish they were a bit more thinner. There was a bit more nude in between, but it's fine. I'm not mad at it. It still gave what I was wanting it to give, so that's good. So here it is, off that goes into the lamp. Right, now with some black. So you can have any choice of black that you want. For this part, I have not really come across a mega pigmented regular gel polish black. So Madam Glam have a couple of very nice cool colors that I just like to die for. So Legacy being the red, or bold white for your white shade, for example. But every company that I've tried with blacks, they always seem to be quite sheer. They don't really give that full opacity. So in those kind of situations, I really, really recommend using the nail art gel from Madam Glam in the shade black. That's what I'm using right now, and it's just so much nicer. You will save yourself so much time having to go back in and re-go over bits that are a bit more sheer, and you know, you want the opacity and stuff in the first try and not the second. So I am basically using my nail art brush and just doing like kind of hugging the brown little dots that I created with like 2 to 3 lines. And then in between, I'm doing little dots, or I'm doing little like swipes of my brush, and I'm just gonna kind of go all around the brown original dots that we created, and then just until I'm happy with how much they are. You can go as you can basically create as many as you want and make it like super like concentrated with a lot of dots and lines, or you can make it, you know, as far in between as you want. Basically, it's just kind of what your perfect vision of an animal print is. And like I mentioned earlier, alternatively, if you are just, you just cannot bear the thought of doing some animal print, then get yourself a stamping plate and you're gonna love life if this is something you don't really like doing. And yeah, I don't know, I feel like I'm also not a big fan, although seeing that again, like doing it today was actually quite fun, and I haven't done it in like probably a year, guys. Like, it's been a long time since I've done some hand painted animal print, I think. Who knows, I do so many nail art that sometimes I do forget how when I last did like a print of any sort, but yeah, it feels like forever, to be honest. So yeah, it was quite fun, quite adventurous. So we are going to finish up this nail, and then at the next stage, whilst those two are going to be, well, three I guess, are going to cure, we are going to do some glitter accent nails. So get with your base coat, you want to grab yourself a base coat, apply it on whatever new nail you've got chilling, and then using that gorgeous red hex glitter, we're going to do that little fade look that I always do on my channel. Love it. I honestly can't stop doing it. So much I love it. So, and the red was just so perfect for the actual red gel polish that we're going to use later. And everything, the charms and everything included, like this glitter was just perfect. I think the glitter, it's been a while since I bought some because I've got so many, but it was either Larissy or AliExpress, one of the two. But it's just like your standard red hex glitter. Like, there's nothing special about this one. It's just regular, you know, hex glitter mix with some fine, small, and I guess medium or large. I never know. I feel like you can get larger, but yeah, you get the gist of what it looks like. So you kind of want to make or create like a little fade look, try and place the thinner glitters a bit kind of more halfway down the nail, the larger at the top, and then pop into the lamp for a cure. After that's done, apply another layer of base coat just to help with the evenness of the nail, and then pop into the lamp again. Now for a very quick fragment of the video, it's going to be just us stamping a cherry. If you are very good at nail art, then you can probably do this, but I am not the best, so I do always opt for stamping. Plus, you just can't go wrong, it's just always going to be perfect. So here it is. We've got Love Is Collection from Moe London. Quick disclaimer, they are kind of going out of business when it comes to stamping. They're kind of transitioning into other products. So if you wanted to pick up a stamping plate that I'm using today, or any of the other ones on my channel, and I do have a lot of content on my channel with their stamping plates, then definitely go check it out. They've got a massive sale because they're probably trying to get rid of all of their stock. So if you want to bag yourself something affordable and really nice, I love their stuff, then definitely run. I don't even know if they still got any, but I'll always leave the disclaimer there. I probably should go on their website by now and just actually check. But yeah, give them a quick look. So I've stamped it, coloured it in with some red and green. As you can see, I'm leaving it to dry, so I'm cleaning up my area, trying to be neat and everything, because the amount of times I've put like my elbow into gel polish or something that I've just left in the corner. And then the reason I'm also doing this is so that the gel polish that I just coloured in with can dry a little bit, so it's not super wet, because otherwise you're just going to have a spludge of it will just go everywhere pretty much. Alrighty, now that that's done, we are going to place some red on your palette, the Legacy Stunning Red. We're going to do some red details. So grab yourself a brush, dip into the red now, and we're going to start off with the cherry nail. So I'm going to create almost like a frame around the cherry. So you can kind of envision like this elongated circle going around the cherry, and then we're going to colour in the outer part of our little circle that we've created. So the top and the bottom part of it. Then we're going to pop into lamp. You will never need 2 coats with this red. It's stunning and real beautiful. Look at that. It's crazy. Like, it's such a beautiful classic red. Like, oh, unbelievable. So then pop that into the lamp. Whilst that's curing though, we are going to work on the next nail, and that's going to be the French tip nails. Just to bring in all the red together, I'm going to outline the smile line with the red, and oh, I hate doing it, but sometimes it's just necessary, and we have to do something that we don't like just to be happy with our final result, and this is one of those. It's such a small detail sometimes, but it really makes a difference, and it really just kind of ties everything together. And I don't know, I could be losing my mind, but sometimes, honestly, it just feels like without it, oh, it looks bare, it just needs something. And so, yeah, so I only show you guys the one because I hate doing them so much, and I do the other one off camera just to make it a bit easier for myself. And then I felt like the cherry was a bit lonely, so using the dark brown, I'm going in with a tiny dot into the smallest dot that I could find, and then just do dots all around the cherry. If you didn't want to do the dots, you could do like a different background. Even the stamping plate I was using with the cherries had like abstracty lines that you could use as well. Maybe use like a faint brown so it doesn't overpower too much, and then stamp the cherry on top. You could really be creative here. I just opted for the simple cherry dot look. here, so just going all around it, then pop it into the lamp for a cure. Now we are going to be matte top coating all of them at this stage. After that, we really have a lot of crystals going on. Every single nail has something going on. I feel like this set today is also going to be quite nice on like press-ons, like I feel like we girls love an animal print set of nails and everything, so you can definitely recreate this on like a proper wearable set. Maybe a couple less crystals or whatever, just to make it a bit more livable, and you know, but it's a nice little set, I like it. So the matte top coat I'm using today is from Lisa, not too shabby. I get it from Amazon when I'm usually low on my Madam Glam or I'm out completely. And I'm quite low there too, so already actually. So I did order a new one and it came in as I was actually filming, well, voicing the video. So that's come. So I don't have to stress about running out anytime soon. So that's good. Ready. So after that gets cured, get ready for the massive fragment of charms and everything. I tried to really fast track that part because there's just so much going on. So if it looks like I'm doing it like a robot real fast, there's no way I did it that fast. So on this nail here, we've got two little bits of charms or flower charms and some AB crystals. And I'm doing it on, because it's like a sharp line, I just thought maybe one at the bottom, one at the top. So I'm trying to find the right shape of crystals, and today really reminded me why I love to come prepared for filming sessions and have all my crystals ready to go, already like, you know, laid out with the right sizes, because it's just so hard to find the right size as I'm filming. The camera's quite like in my face kind of thing, so I just can't see too well, and the light is glaring onto the crystals, and obviously they're on these little containers and they're all kind of clumped together, and I just can't see the sizes that I'm looking for, so it just takes me so long. So definitely a reminder that I will be coming prepared again going forwards. Usually I do, but yeah, today I thought, oh no, it's fine, we know, nothing too crazy, just a couple of ABs and flowers, but oh boy, did it take me forever. Then in between inside the flowers, we are putting caviar beads, and then on some bits we place caviar beads in between, on some we don't. So the two a moment ago we didn't. And on the French tip nail, you'll notice one nail has the floral charms on the left hand side, the other one is going to have it on the right hand side. So we're about to do it on the right hand side on this one now. Then I think I'm then going to work on the actual glitter nail. That I don't know if I made a mistake. So because there's already glitter behind it, and it's all within the same shade of red, you'll notice in a minute, you can let me know in the comments what you think, but I've placed a bow and a flower, and I just kind of feel like it just blended together. And I did, before even popping it into the lamp, before I even filmed, when I was doing my little prototype, I did think and sit there for a while, and I kept looking at it, and I was wondering, was that the right move? I'm not sure. I just felt like, I don't know, there was a part of me that felt like it just works, and I just continued and obviously filmed it. But the more I look at it, I'm coming back to my first thoughts of, oh, I don't know, like, look, it's just blending. It's blending. So I have no idea what other colours you'd use, to be honest. Maybe if you have like a dark brown bow, that could kind of tie in quite nicely. White probably wouldn't, but a tricky situation that. Maybe just not a bow, something else maybe. Who knows? But on that one, it's just my usual like middle part crystal placement. We are gonna place some caviar beads in between the crystals on this one though. And then last but not least, the one that probably took me the most time, but I do like the final results, which is always a good sign. Nothing worse than spending a lot of hours on something and then hating it at the end. But no, I really like it. So obviously the little circle around the cherry is quite bare and boring, so you could do all sorts there, but I did opt to do a bit of a crystal placement. And no flowers though, just ABs and caviar beads, and plenty of caviar beads. So you want to place the rhinestone glue gel all around the circle that you created, all the way around, like full on, and not leaving a little corner not in rhinestones, full on. And then we are going to basically place a caviar bead down, and then a rhinestone down, then a caviar bead in between, and then another rhinestone, and so on until the sides. So I'm placing 5 ABs at the top and 5 ABs at the bottom, and then those little like corners where they join together, the rest I just fill in with caviar beads, and I love the look. Cavity have just forever been the worst thing for me to pick up and then let go into the gel. Like, I've tried all sorts of different methods, and so far the one I'm using now is just the best one I found. But even some days I've just have like bad days picking it up and it won't let go, and it's just like, I don't have time for this. So there we go. I basically cut the footage in a moment, but I just continue doing that on both sides. Use yourself any tool you got just to kind of straighten everything out or curve it how you want it. Pop it into the lamp and hit out the final result. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys.